like it was such a big deal that I had to buy like additional instances of my security tools to deploy in their environment. It was a complete separate thing, because like it said the same name, on the logo, right? But it was like that is a totally different, can of worms, right?
Yeah, I've seen some of our customers use App Omni for M&A for that exact use case of like, hey, we're looking to kind of buy this, so we're gonna want to hook up all their stuff to see, are we taking a huge risk on, like, do things need to be reassessed from a security perspective, like what's really the security posture of this organization from a SaaS security perspective.
I feel like that is a side of security that obviously isn't thought about a whole lot. I mean, in conjunction, obviously, with SaaS security, like we were just talking about. But when you're going to go and buy another company and you're planning on integrating that product offering tightly into your own product offering, I mean, it only makes sense to go to your vendors and say, hey, like, can we do like a 30 or a 45-day trial for this other environment over here? We're going to buy them, we'll pay you a certain amount or whatever to do it, right? Because how else are you going to like get that information? You're not going to get that information even if you do, interviews with like their internal, pen testing team or their internal blue teams or whatever it might be. Like, at the end of the day, if I want you to know something and I want to hide it, if I don't want you to know something, right, I'll hide it a whole lot
100%,
of different
right? You don't want
ways.
to risk the
And
the
there's billions of dollars on the line.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not gonna say I would do the same thing, but like I get it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
100%. It makes a ton of sense. And to be fair, I mean, it was only like a year ago, I think, or around that time when I found out that like this was a use case for App Omni, and I was like, that makes an absolute ton of sense. I don't know why I never thought about that aspect of security. Yeah, it's very very interesting, and it kind of just ties in very very nicely with this kind of topic with the velocity thing, because that could be very well what had happened, right? They didn't necessarily maybe even know what they were getting themselves into, but it looks like it kind of played out very nicely for them, because as I said, the adoption of industry clouds is absolutely huge. So I think 50 days reported in a responsible manner is probably worth the hundreds of millions, billions that industry clouds is making them.
Right. Wow. 50 days. I mean, have you ever seen something like that? Have you ever put anything together, of that scale before?
I haven't ever completed, and I've never really done a full kind of product analysis. Now, again, it's a product built on a product, right? So this is kind of the first of its kind for me. I'm doing like a holistic security assessment of the potential risks and also 0 days, and it was super fun. And honestly, like it took months to put together, but it was only meant to take a couple of weeks. And what happened is I'd find like, maybe at first I found like 5 really cool things. I'd be like, okay, I'm done now. I'm gonna put the white paper together. And I'd see like one little button. I'd be like, well, what does that do? And I'd click it, and all of a sudden, like the security shuts off or something. And so I kept finding things, and I was like, I just need to stop looking at this product so that I can actually get around to writing the research and getting these things over to Salesforce so they can see if they're 0 days or not. But I mean, when it comes to have I seen that amount of 0 days in one thing, Fortinet has like a 0 day dropped against it every 5 seconds. So I don't think it competes to Fortinet, but yeah, it was very, very fruitful. It's great to produce a bit of research that not only benefits our customers, obviously, but the overall like Salesforce community by identifying these potential foot guns and configurations and telling them how to address it, but then also helping at the vendor, being like, hey, here's some 0 days as well. So it's kind of win-win for everyone, and it's played out really nicely.
So when you're handed this task, right, where do you start? Because it just sounds like a monumental task. And I'm not even sure that I would know, where to start. Are you just working through the basic functionality, right, of this product offering and just iterating through it? Like, okay, well, what if I do this over here? What do I get? That sort of thing.
It's and this is why it took so many months, because it's a behemoth of a task, right? And how I always when it comes to SaaS in general, how I approach these assessments, you could say, is I don't think like a security person 100% of the time. Honestly, for the first couple of weeks or for the bulk of the time at the beginning, I think like a platform administrator. I think of, okay, how can I build this? Like, what are the configurations? How am I able to expose this and do this? And I think as if I'm trying to actually do something with the technology. And as you kind of put that into practice and start building some things, that's when you begin to notice things, because that kind of security practitioner in your subconscious